Well, I started skating in the end of '99. I was about 8 years old. I grew up in this city called Novo Hamburgo. It's in the south of Brazil. By the time I was 16, I moved to Spain, pursuing the dream of being a professional skateboarder. Lived in Spain for 2 years and then moved to America, where I met Paul Rodriguez on my second day. He put me under his wing, and then since then he's been like hooking me up, and turned pro for Paul's brand called Primitive in 2015. Being pro since then, yeah. My father was a big fan of boxing, and he would watch the fights a lot. And I remember in my head when that fight with Mikey Tyson and Holyfield, when he bit Holyfield's ears. So I got that in my in my head. Yeah. So I don't know what year was that. I believe it was about like maybe 5, 6, around that. Do you remember what year was the fight?
I can't remember. It's been.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's
I
been a
was
while.
definitely a little
I
kid.
can't. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the year.
97. Okay, yeah. So I was born in '91. Was like 6 years old.
What does it mean to you to have an official WBC belt to represent your championship with Premier Skateboard Association?
No, it means a lot.
You got to show it.
Yes, here it is. It means a lot. It's funny because, we always joke around with our friends, like, oh, I got the belt and this or that on the activities that we do, playing basketball or just a game of skate or something. But then, like, we have an actual contest we'll give the actual belt to. And just like, it's an honor to actually hold it, And it's funny because Paul's going to have to fight for it on the next contest.
We'll make sure to have the contracts ready. It's funny to think how two very, very different sports can come together and do something together. But if you think skaters and boxing, it's an individual sport. You can think of a team, but at the end of the day, it's the skater that is responsible for his tricks and
Yes.
all of that. And one thing that I have started to learn since I've become involved in this is that it is a real sport where they train, they fight as hard, they have to really take care of themselves exactly as the boxers do. So being individual sports, it's very interesting to have this merge of two ideas of a sport, of what is a sport. So for us, it's very, very, very gratifying to expand the vision, our vision, the vision of the fans. Of course, there's always in our mind, of course, in your mind too, how you bring people into your sport. So through the skating community, we are bringing people to watch boxing, and also the other way. Mm-hmm. We have boxers now turning their eyes on the skaters, and that is very, very exciting and very interesting to see how it's happening.
What does it mean to you to see women in skateboarding and in boxing get a light shined on them from the WBC and now Premier Skateboard Association?
That's crucial. That's important because both sports were thought to be at the beginning for men's sports. I remember my son used to skate, and it was only kids, no girls, only guys were skating. In boxing, of course, it's been a men's sport since the beginning. Even though there had been incursions of women fighting, but that's another similarity that I didn't think of it until you asked. That is important. How the inclusion of everybody in the sport. If we say we want to make it more equal and more open to everybody, including the women. So is skating, and it's very very. It's for me enthusiastic to see how the girls also develop in a sport that used to be for guys only.
What do you see in the future for WBC and skateboarding? Do you see boxing and skating being a closer relationship with collaborations?
Yeah, I feel like it's very important, and as we all are seeing right now, the girls having more shine in skateboarding. Me personally, I love, like, we can just bring the fact, bring the Olympics back when Raisa she didn't even win Olympics, but she was like the most watched skater, that's between man and girl, and she represented skateboarding so good throughout her attitude and how she handled herself, and she's only like a 13-year-old girl. And so I feel like it's not only important for the girls, but it's being like very important for skateboarding as well, having the ladies skating, and like we never seen, and like I said, like for me, like watching Raisa was like my favorite thing in the Olympics, and then and she didn't even won. And like if you ask anybody like who won the girl competition in the Olympics, like people won't know on top of their head, but they know about Raisa, So I feel like it's important, and it's a great thing that they're getting paid equally too, and it's crazy to see the progression also. As they just started getting more shine into skateboarding, and there are girls already pushing the limits, pushing the level and the skills, and I hope that answered.
Yeah, and we have a world champion, boxing champion, Lulu Houghton from Australia. She was a professional skater before.
Really?
Yeah, she started. I just
crazy.
remember that we do have a champion who was a champion also on the board.
That's awesome.
We have to get her in touch with the skaters.
Well, yeah, right now my plate is very full. I just had twins, so now I have 3 kids. They're about a month and a half old, so a lot of work. But it's the best thing in the world. Balancing that with skateboarding has been a bit difficult, but it's also super motivated to go out and skate. I'm filming for a project for Primitive. We're dropping a full-length video in April next year, so everybody's working on that. I'm also doing a little interview for Thrasher magazine to go with that part. Hopefully I can get it done on time. And next week we got Street League coming up. There's contests started happening again, if I can say, like post-pandemic already, So it's a lot going on, but it's good to be busy, I guess.
Living, growing around champions, around all this greatness in the sport, definitely has influenced me, because athletes set an example of how to be, how to act, how to maintain their bodies, their attitudes, and it's only I've been feeding from that example from all my life, and I just having you here at the WBC office just makes it shine, because this office is made for everybody, especially for champions, but everybody can come here and just be here. Sometimes I overlook what this means, because I've been around it all the time, but I'm so proud of being part of something that really cares for the athletes, and as WBC has created all the rules for safety and for making the sport better, because we really care for giving athletes a life before, during, and after their years. I'm not sure how the lifespan of a skater is, of a boxer. It's short. It's not a sport. It's not forever. in sports in general. But you know, it's very important for us to care about what happens after their life as an athlete, and we like to participate, and we like to help everybody. So if that that thought can be, you know, shown to everybody, I hope also the skating community can come into that, because it's very important to always have the back of our athletes, and always have them in our how you say this, in our attention. To me, athletes never lose importance. Of course, they have their shine during the years, but afterwards, they still, once a champion, always a champion. So I really, really wish you the best of luck. And you have this office for you, you have the organization for anything that you need. And just feel free to feel part of the WBC.
Thank you.
You have one part right there.